My story is still continuing. The divorce process and asset division are underway. I was married to my wife for 27 years. We have 3 children, a son who is 25 and 2 daughters who are 20 and 5 years old. I am 50 years old and my wife is 47. Our third child was born when I was already 45 and my wife was 42. I don't have a belly. I'm not bald or thinning, but rather have thick hair, though it's now half gray. But my wife and friends say it doesn't ruin my appearance. I know that women are attracted to me. I don't smoke and hardly drink. My potency is also completely fine. And this is not boasting. With my wife, before all this messy situation, sex was regular, mostly in the mornings, as it was the most effective time since the body was well rested. It wasn't just once every 6 months or a month, but at least 3 times a week, if not more, every morning or every other day. Everything was pretty varied. We had no taboo topics when it came to intimacy. I was faithful to my wife all these years, although I had women before her. I loved her. Besides, I'm a bit fastidious. I don't want just anyone. She felt special like family. I was satisfied with everything about my wife. I knew every inch of her body, knew what she needed and what brought her the most pleasure. And she knew me. So everything was fine in that regard. She also never gave me any reason to doubt her throughout all these years. Not until recently. This summer, we were supposed to celebrate 27 years since our wedding. I wanted to take her to Cyprus, but then came this coronavirus, damn it, but that's minor. In February, I got hit so hard that it felt like I was slammed face first into a concrete wall and then run over by a steamroller. It was all quite trivial in office romance. And I was informed that it had started before the new year at the company party. I don't know how true it is, but that's no longer important. And what an actress she is. So her own coworkers turned her in. Some lady was possibly eliminating a competitor. I don't know. But the fact is the fact. He is 6 years younger than her. He is 41 years old. He has a wife and a 14-year-old daughter. He holds a position slightly higher than my wife's, hopefully, former wife now. Their first intimate encounter happened right during the corporate party in his office. But I know this only from hearsay. They were good at hiding it. They didn't write to each other, so they couldn't be caught through messaging. But she got a little careless one evening. As I understood it, he didn't close the door to his office. They probably rushed to be alone. They were caught on camera through the slightly open door. I received that video from an unknown. My first urge was to confront her. Fortunately, she wasn't home, although I have never laid a hand on her in my life. Then I calmed down a bit and started to think about what to do. Should I go and punch her lover in the face? Not an option. I decided to deal with him later. I won't be living with her anymore. That's not up for discussion. But what should I do about the shared assets? I have a company that I built up myself, and I'm not planning to split it in half with her. So I decided to move the assets first and then get a divorce. I pretended that I didn't know anything. I don't know how I managed to keep a calm exterior. My enemy wouldn't envy me. But I stopped kissing her after everything and our intimacy ended. I said I wasn't feeling well. She even showed concern about my discomfort and asked me to go to the hospital, but looking into her caring eyes, I felt like giving her a good hit. But I held it together. I sold my car, the reason being I wanted to change it. Later, we sold her car too. I said there was an option to buy a better one. I took the money. The self-isolation helped with the company, at least one plus. I sent all the employees home. As you know, that's how it was supposed to be. Then I paid them their salaries and fired them due to insolvency. I also moved money from the accounts. I started the liquidation process. At the same time, I began to set up a similar company under my mother's name. She's already 74, but she's a lively old lady. My wife knew nothing. She was waiting for a fancy car. In short, by May, I finished everything. We were left with only a large 3-room apartment in a new building, but there's nothing to be done there. There's also a country house, but we won't divide this house. My wife is out of luck. The thing is, the land belonged to my grandparents, and they had a house there. The village has declined, but the location is beautiful. A river, a forest, cottages began to appear. After my grandmother's death, my mother inherited it. The old house was demolished. I built a beautiful 2-story house there, the kind we dreamed of with my wife since our youth. We practically lived in that house. I know that my wife loves this house. Together with her, we planned everything there, planted a garden, created flower beds, built a gazebo, and installed a pool. But the land and the house are registered in my mother's name, inherited from my grandmother. Well, I didn't transfer it to my name back then, even though my mother suggested it. Towards the end, my wife sensed something. She became anxious, started asking questions, including why I am not affectionate, why I don't kiss her, and why there is no love in the mornings. She is alive after all, but I feel the most sorry for her 5-year-old daughter. I love her. I love all my children, but this little one especially, since she is our baby, our beloved girl. And so at the end of April, I had a conversation with my wife. She probably felt that something was wrong. I saw her shaking. I showed her the video. She fell to her knees and said, "Forgive me." She was crying, grabbing my legs. I asked her why, what was missing. She could not answer properly. She said she was wrong, that she didn't understand what she was doing. And what happened in the end? The son turned away from her. The older daughter is torn between us. She also judges her. And the younger one does not yet understand why her parents do not live together. I hired a lawyer to divide the apartment and keep our daughter with me. She has nothing left, no car, no money, no business. And what has she achieved by ruining everything we had?